hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Time to find out if I did this right. I did. Nailed it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what you should be drinking this weekend. And if not, you know, maybe we saved you some time. Just like last week where we saved you 2.5 hours of your life.
Yeah, we did.
Dude, I'm excited. We have Taylor and Ray from the Squeezing Lemons podcast here today.
The whole crew.
Like, that's excited. Again, it's a joining of forces between the Inside the Pallet House podcast and the Squeezing Lemons podcast.
Taylor brought an entire bar's worth of mixing.
I'm getting very
things.
used to Taylor showing up with like tremendous amounts of booze. In fact, when Taylor walked in, I ran out and I was like, "Honey, you got to come out here for a minute." And
I don't know if that was a good idea.
What do you mean?
He mixed her something. And she already had something in her hand, and then when she was speaking, she wasn't saying words.
She was. They were just the wrong words.
I think she made up a couple.
She made up one for sure. I can't remember what that was, but that word, the beauty of that word was it made sense. Like if I'm like, oh man, we did that shit lasterday. Lasterday it's not a word, but you know precisely what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what would your definition of lasterday be?
Yesterday, right?
I see. I feel like so maybe it's not as easily understood. I feel like
it's not a word, so that's you can't really put a definition on a word that doesn't exist.
But I think lasterday is in between yesterday and last week.
Okay,
somewhere in there.
Like, I'll follow that.
Like, I can't remember if it was yesterday or like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere in the last week.
Yeah.
You know? I just want to let you guys know, I haven't joined in those conversations. I'm watching Taylor. Troy gives us the new Sierra Mist, the Starry. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Troy says, do something non-alcoholic. And I'm just getting back to the mic, and I'm thinking, how are we going to do this on the fly? Generally, we take 10 or 15 tries to do something new.
All you have to do is throw some of that simple syrup and bitters or something in it, right?
That's all. That's just all we do.
Taylor has that confidence.
I knew you would do it. That's why I was like, here, I bought these.
And then I have Topo Chicos, and I was like, oh, add Topo Chico too, right? We'll figure something out.
I knew you figured it out.
Hey, so I'm sitting here drinking an old Fat Tire, an OG right now.
Oh.
And I'll have you guys know that this past weekend, at a packed house at the end of the night.
Laster weekend?
This was Laster Day. Laster night.
Yeah.
And I was here, and I saw that I had a new one and had an old one.
You said you had a packed house last night?
Friday night.
Uh-huh.
And so I ended up, because I got home, I had been down at the beach all day.
Yeah.
But I was with a couple of people from out of town.
That's right. You were partying with Eddie and the crew down there at the beach.
And
Day drinking on a Friday, a beautiful Friday.
Beautiful Friday down at the beach. That was nice, you know. But on the way back through, we stopped here before they had to roll back out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you guys want to try the old Fat Tire and the new Fat Tire? And so got to do another taste test around the room. How do you think that went down? What do you think won out? Because on the show, the new one won out. And there's been very little dissension in those ranks. It was a unanimous new one.
Yeah.
Around the room. I'm telling you, that new Fat Tire, they may be onto something. Because it hit.
Oh, that's delicious. What the hell is that?
I have no fucking idea.
That is amazing.
See, that's
non-alcoholic.
Holy cow.
It's got smooth. It's got vanilla in it. That cherry vanilla.
Yeah, so it has some cherry vanilla in it and some.
That's better than any soda on the market.
That is so yes. Oh yeah.
It also has some grapefruit in it too.
That is crisp and refreshing as. Oh my god.
You should try that and then try the original out of the can.
There's a little bit of that left.
Oh, I've had this.
Yeah, but try it side by side. It's changed.
What do you mean it's changed?
Well, I mean,
totally.
Oh, well,
different.
yeah. I assumed as much. I assumed the fancy mixed drink you gave me, it didn't taste like the canned soda.
there's probably, 5 ingredients, and what did you put? Starry. Did you put Topo Chico in it?
Yeah, that's not nearly.
Starry, Topo Chico, vanilla bitters, cherry vanilla.
Yeah, grapefruit bitters.
Grapefruit bitters.
Yep.
I did think it was weird. So we went to a VCU game and we came out of it. This was a month ago, and Starry was there passing these out.
Is that because they're the color? Is that the same colors as VCU?
No, this is the same color as. So Starry is the Sprite knockoff. It's the same color of every wannabe 7
I don't
Up.
even know why I do color talk. Like I can't.
It's green. It's green and yellow with black on it.
Well, what are VCU's colors?
It was
Black and gold.
Black and
No
gold. Yeah,
green.
but
You
that
missed
was
it by
originally Sierra Mist, right? Was it Sierra Mist or something else?
See, so I don't know anything about it. I just thought it was very weird that they were like, you know what, we need another lemon lime soda, like,
Right.
I
Or
feel like
Lyman, if you will.
yeah. But I just thought it was weird that's like, we don't have enough of these in the market. Let's try to get in and
Untapped market.
and overtake.
Opportunity. Yes.
Rich.
You gotta
God, that is good.
It's rich.
the target rich environment, man. Go
But anyway,
after it.
you were telling a story before my
Was I?
amazing drink took over the show.
Don't recall what I was even talking about.
You came
just the fact
home-
that the Fat Tires they
Fat
won out
Tire,
again,
yeah.
like that, and it was unanimous around the room. Everyone was like, "I'll take two. I'll take two." I was like, "Well, I'll be damned. It won again." The new Fat Tire, they did something right.
They must
didn't-
have.
I'm enjoying this old one.
Except they did the label wrong.
They did the
We
label
all agreed
wrong.
on that.
100%.
Yeah. It's got a fixie on it.
Yeah, they fucked.
Different color scheme. Not as good. So how's Squeezing Lemons podcast going these days, guys?
It's going well.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
We made it past 8 episodes now. So
Well,
we're at 12.
yeah, we're getting ready to do our 12th one.
You're
I love when
officially on
these
the other
guys
side.
come around because they remind me of a young us. And when I say young, obviously I'm not talking age. I'm talking
No,
podcast
they
years.
still have that exuberance
Yeah.
and hope.
Yes.
You know, They haven't
Their
been-
eyes are
twinkle in the
twinkling.
eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're
Taylor gets
watching.
it.
They're watching when it goes up. They're like, "We got 10 more downloads this week."
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, that's fucking amazing. We're growing at this tremendous clip. And then it's like you get excited and you're psyched, and then one day it plateaus.
Well, I think we have a product, right? Like we get to do something, even though it's the same thing. It's the podcast. We get to try something different every week.
Yeah.
This week we're doing for episode 12. We're gonna do crushes,
Yep.
like like an orange crush
yeah.
or a lime crush
Lime
or something
crush,
or whatever.
lemon.
Yasmin Bleeth.
So,
So-
can I? Oh,
Oh yeah.
Throwback.
So we're
hey, so where do you think the Orange Crush originated? Because there is a.
it's I think somewhere in Maryland. It was like Baltimore, right by the water.
Aren't there battling places at
yeah,
Virginia Beach that claim it?
There's a lot of places that claim they created the Orange Crush, and so I have my belief. I know where I think it originated from. But
Chicago, Arizona.
no, I'm a Maryland believer, but there is a Virginia Beach consistency.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I was going to say, yeah, because you have a place in Virginia Beach that you can go
Yeah,
and buy a
Waterman's.
crush.
Waterman's.
Yeah, and they swear
Waterman's.
they invented the Orange Crush.
Right.
Yeah, Waterman's is really
Bullshit.
cool. You can
I think
actually
Chicks does too, maybe down there.
What Waterman's and Chicks are
do,
the
yeah.
same people. I will tell you that Waterman's what they do is that you can actually buy a crush for somebody and write their name on a board, and they can come in and just pull, do their name and get a
That's pretty
crush.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I dig that. Yeah, but I love that there's all these places that claim they invented the Orange Crush. Just like the was it the Sailor sandwich we claim was invented here in Richmond at a place called New York Deli. I'm
Right.
like, if the confusion doesn't completely,
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
we're not on the.
I'd
water.
never heard that one.
Yeah, we invented the Sailor.
What's the sailor?
It's a pastrami and
I don't know. We
similar
didn't get
to
food
like
the
a
other
Reuben.
night.
Yeah, we didn't.
Taylor and I
We went to a New York deli. What was it? A week ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Just for drinks?
Yesterday.
Well, we went there for food, but
They dropped the ball.
it was It was like 9:30 on a Wednesday, and they were like, "We're not serving food."
yeah.
Oh, these places don't give two shits anymore. Like, we went out, my son and I were out in Mechanicsville a couple weeks ago, come back from a ball tournament, and we were like going from point A to point B, so we were going to drive through somewhere. So we got up to Laburnum and 360, pulled into the drive through Wendy's. We pull up, they're like, our system's down. Get pound sand. I'm like, all right. So we drive across the street to the Popeyes, walk up. Their doors are locked. They're open, but they're only doing drive-through. I'm like, people just don't care to
They don't
make
care.
money anymore. Like,
No.
and I found that almost every restaurant, whether it be quick service, whatever, they don't care about the people in the establishment as much as they care about the DoorDash assholes that are buzzing around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like they're just pushing out the product. They don't care. And I'm like, I'm standing here in front of you.
I'm right here.
I'm right
right
here.
here. Yeah.
I could have gone anywhere. I got off my ass and came to your establishment.
If the DoorDash is 5 minutes late, they're not going to know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
here.
Squeezing Lemons went, I don't know if you, a couple weeks ago, we talked about Squeezing Lemons going out and trying to find some cocktails. So we went and did some cocktail research at the Jasper, Mama Siam, and then we were like, well, it's time to eat. Well, we thought 9:30 on a Wednesday, we should be able to find something in Carytown.
Fucking everything was closed.
It was
Everything.
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 That's wild.
Nuts.
Right. And so, you know,
Not
we were like,
7-Eleven.
not
Hot dog time.
Not Taco Bell.
Those nachos will be there waiting on you.
Right.
We should do like a Baja Blast cocktail.
Oh, we could.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think you should.
We should.
So
That's-
back to
Third
our
drink.
so
That's a point.
back to us. We have a we get to we have a product. So Monday tomorrow we're doing a different. We're gonna do our show prep. So we'll do 6 different cocktails tomorrow, probably maybe 10. I don't know. Fuck it.
But
We'll see what happens.
before to get ready for the show.
to get ready for the show.
Now you said a term Brendan and I aren't familiar with. What was it?
Abstinence?
Show
show ready. Show prep. Show prep.
I didn't know what we were talking
show
about.
prep. Have you ever heard this term?
Show prep.
Show prep.
That's not a part of our show.
Yeah, we do not
well, no,
abstain.
I've heard the term show. I've heard the term prep. I've never heard them put together and used
Yeah,
in a
so
sentence.
we
Yeah.
actually
Show prep,
we
yeah.
choose abstinence when it comes to show prep. Yes.
We're all learning today.
I will say that our show is we feel it runs really good when we don't take any time off between show prep and show.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
just do it.
Yep.
Make
that's
the
why
cocktails,
we-
drink it, and just
Yeah,
have
we
fun.
don't
go.
we don't take time off. We write down all these topics and then we ignore them.
Yeah.
Then we just start talking about stuff.
And then we talk about random things and don't get to the topics.
And we could talk about topics or we could just not.
Whatever.
But now that I'm looking at these guys and I know a gauntlet was thrown down weeks ago,
Oh,
Oh, man.
I have a difficult time not addressing the elephant in the room. How's the Malort cocktails coming?
There's a leaf in my drink. By design, I'm assuming.
That's a personal issue. Yeah.
we I
It's just a little tobacco so you get hooked.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is it?
It's a little Copenhagen. You're fine.
I seriously don't know what it is. I'm curious.
It looks like an orange peel.
it's a lemon.
Oh,
peel.
it's a lemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So fancy.
It's so There's a leaf in my drink. That's a peel.
It's a lemon peel.
Tell me what it looks like.
It looks like a Super Bowl cup.
It's like a green leaf floating around. In
Yeah, no, it is a little odd.
Oh, man. The
So
Malort drink,
the
yeah.
Malort drink, we
there. The infamous Malort drink.
I will give all credit to where credit is due. Taylor's been working on this cocktail for a while, and
Oh, do you think
That
we were
seems
going to
like
give you the
that
credit?
seems like
right?
if it's
Well, I
actually
mean-
shit, though, it also falls on me.
that is the way that it actually.
Oh no, that's a brilliant move.
Yeah, it was. It was a chess move for sure.
That's how I would do it. Oh no, all credit.
This is tough,
and
but we've talked about it.
failure.
Has to be an ounce. You know, we knew that grapefruit was going to be like the key ingredient in this. I'm
Yeah.
not a huge grapefruit fan. You're not a grapefruit fan, Taylor.
Not at all.
But we are. I
Why
think
don't
that-
you like grapefruit? Too sour? Too tart?
Yeah, too tart.
Too tart.
So
Yeah.
do you not like tart?
Don't like tart.
Aren't lemons tart?
They are, but you sweeten them up.
Gotcha.
For them, they named the show after what they don't
that's
like.
what-
We don't even like them.
You know?
Yeah, but you do a lot of cocktails with lemons.
Did you know they're part of the citrus family?
Stu
That's
did
a throwback,
not.
yeah.
Stu did not know that.
So anyway, Taylor, take it away. Tell us about the cocktail.
So this cocktail I would consider more like a daiquiri. So a grapefruit Malort daiquiri. Yeah, I know, right? It's good face. It's
I
good face.
fucking hate it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. So it does have rum in it.
I hadn't thought of that daiquiri angle, but that's pretty genius. Like
Yeah.
you get a lot of good sweet in there
You kind of have to.
strangle out that Malort.
fuck
So,
it,
yeah, and
something.
there's,
Yeah.
and there's 2 liquors in it, so it's going to be Malort and rum.
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
What?
Yep. So it's pretty much equal parts Malort and rum, and then sugar syrup, pink grapefruit juice, and then vanilla bitters. So if you think about the tasting notes of Malort, and that's kind of where we started.
I try not to.
No shit.
If you want to have nightmares about it, there's
We're
some
gonna
like
call it the dead pirate.
there's some like leather strap in there. There is a hint of vanilla, and
My man has taken. I'm like, it's like the toe of a corpse.
Yeah.
He's like leather strap.
These are professionals. They're breaking it down because to do this challenge, you have to scientifically break it down to what Taylor's done.
Takes a minute.
Yeah.
And build it back up with spare parts that'll fix the broken parts from the Malort
And
to make it
the first
something
time-
that runs.
The
Like
first couple of
deconstructed
times,
egg rolls.
It is.
Yeah.
And the first time we had this, we knew that, and I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, is that it couldn't be over ice. It had to be really cold because the water and the ice just changes the flavor so much. So it's a chilled drink and it's in a coupe glass. And
So over
And
ice
you need to
doesn't
drink
mean
this
cold?
fucking quick.
no, so when you
mean-
shake it in a Boston shaker, you chill it really, really fast. I mean, it gets really super cold. To keep
And then
it
you
cold,
strain the ice off of it.
strain the ice
Right.
off of it, and you go.
Do we have all the ingredients here for this? Or
The only
we do not have
Well,
vanilla.
We don't have vanilla bitters, but I have cherry vanilla bitters, and this technically has as a garnish a cherry.
With a
So
daiquiri,
I'll just
though,
leave out
that should be
the-
fine.
should be
right?
okay.
It'll be fine.
And it's all new. This is very experimental. We're, if we're going to submit this to Jepson,
I mean,
That would be so awesome if you guys won that
we'll call it the Pallet House.
award.
yeah.
I think that's the. I think that's the
feel-
drink.
look,
Or the dead pirate.
Look, I'm honored that you
Dead pirate.
I'm honored that you guys would do that, but really, like, the name could play a part in whether it wins or loses. So you might want
All
to
right.
think of a better name that maybe a better descriptor.
Dead pirate.
you guys decide the name. I'll just make the shit.
You just make it.
Oh, you're making it right
Brent,
now. Oh, yeah.
See, Brendan said Dead Pirate 4 times. Like, you're not going to get him off of Dead
know.
Pirate.
Dead
No,
Pirate's
Like,
over
that's
there.
the
No, so
name.
I'm like, like the Dread Pirate Robertson. Like, I wonder if
Yeah.
there's a way you could do like the Dead Pirate and then Lemons, the
Malort.
Dead Pirate, Jepson's. There's something there. I haven't netted it out yet. But Troy, you're right. I am down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm in there
because it's a daiquiri drink.
well, it's
Let's
because
see.
because there's rum involved, and rum is pirates. Grapefruit scurvy cure.
Daiquiri's
Okay.
a beach drink.
Daiquiri's a beach drink.
Yeah.
But it definitely, Malort in general tastes like corpses, so dead.
There you go.
I mean, that's where this whole angle's coming from. It's not fully fleshed out yet.
Yeah, and to Taylor's credit, he has been working on this for a while. He started this. He had something, and we've tried it a couple times, and he's built on it, and it's been really good. And
So
so,
it's actually, oh God,
like a full,
who pours a shot of Malort like that?
I mean, like-
he made it look pretty.
right? By the way, that that jigger that he's using is in our link tree, Squeezing Lemons _cocktails. You can check us out on Instagram.
What's Linktree?
Linktree is there's a website that you can go on, and it shows all of our has our Instagram page. It has our
Okay.
it
Will
You
has
get
all
a
the thing.
kickback. We get like 10 cents. If someone
We
buys
don't know
it.
yet. The more we do this, and people tell us who
Yeah, because you can set up like an Amazon account where they will kick back.
I would like that.
Yeah.
make a little money,
And then you can
we
use
have bar
that-
tools on
you use
there.
that link, and then you will end up and it's going to be like a
It's
penny.
nothing. Yeah.
But after a while, you will realize that what would be great? How about a penny?
How about a penny? And I haven't talked to Taylor about this, but the last episode I said, I've realized that 85 bottles of bourbon in my living room is $7,000, $8,000. I probably need to start getting a little kickback doing this.
Yeah.
It would help.
It would help a lot.
Do you want to tell him, Brendan,
Of what?
how much kickback you get doing this?
Oh yeah, how much kickback do you guys get?
Yeah.
Carry the one.
I think if you go through. Yeah, it feels like. Oh, no, it feels like that.
Actually, to be honest, our listeners are the best thing, and that's what you
Sure.
guys are going down that.
We are.
road.
We are.
You want to grow your listeners, right? Like,
No,
and then
listeners are more important.
hopefully you might get paid down the road if you get enough listeners. But we've had loyal listeners, and you guys are part of that crew that have been donate money time to time. Like, here, I'll buy a deli. I'll do this,
Sure.
like, and every little bit when you're doing what we're doing and doing what you guys are doing, every little bit helps. I mean, honestly.
Honestly,
Taylor-
to me, the bigger commodity is listeners. Like when
Yeah.
I look and I see that numbers have gone up 25% or whatever, that's
That's
the
like
high.
getting money, yeah.
I'm like, oh man, we got more ears.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because that's what I care about.
Taylor and I said that when we started this, we were not interested in making money when it came to podcasting. That's not our objective.
This
that-
is what we all say.
we
Yeah.
have a little fun. We enjoy this.
when
Hell,
I met
now
my wife, I told her, no, baby, that's not
not
what
about
I
money.
want.
Right,
I don't want you physically. I just wanted to get to know you mentally.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which was true.
At the time.
But I always was like excited if we could get it to physical, like friend zone.
Of course.
And when I got there, so like you're not going to be upset if one day all of a sudden you see $100 check in the mail.
Absolutely. If someone says, hey, we want to, sponsor your podcast, sure. I will
Yeah.
take all the bourbon you want to give us or all the bar tools you want to give us.
When Sean at Nectar Sunglasses like bring sunglasses by, I'm like, that's what
getting
I'm
money,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. When Free Fly, not Free Fly,
Find your coast.
Find Your Coast was like
Yeah.
bringing us gear. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
This is why we do it.
But like it's about the listeners until it's not.
Right.
Joe Rogan just wanted to have a bunch of listeners till he was a millionaire.
Yeah.
A millionaire. He's
No, but
100 millionaire.
100 million.
But you realize the podcast made him more money than any of the things. I'm sure when he started it, he was not thinking. He was thinking this is a great way for me to get my voice out and
yeah,
have
sure.
fun with
Yeah.
my boys.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
And then Athletic Greens joins him,
Yeah.
and then everybody else
Yeah, and all of a
joins
sudden
him.
he becomes like one of the most influential people in America,
Right.
and you get paid for that. You're like, I mean, the money's cool too.
Sure.
I like
I'm
putting out a
still
good
just
product.
kind of waiting for like the McDonald's and Coca-Colas. Like they don't sponsor anything like that when they love marketing, but they don't do that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, I always thought like, why don't these big corporations sponsor smaller podcasts?
Sure.
Like it seems like a no-brainer. Like, hey, we'll give you guys $100 a month to talk about the Quarter Pounder. Like, sounds
They should.
And I will sell myself out so quickly.
so
Oh,
quick.
hell yeah. I'll drink a quarter
Yeah.
pounder every out.
We will
eat a
be,
quarter,
I mean, we
Yes.
would be the Inside the Pout House podcast brought to you by McDonald's and the new Quarter Pounder. Like
I
it
will
would
change my name to Ronald. Do not care. Like, I'll be wearing the shoes.
Yeah.
And do my
Clown
thing.
shoes.
Clown shoes.
Clown
Yeah.
shoes.
If you will.
if you will.
All right. So this officially is our first little taste test. He's pouring little tiny. So this is one full drink that has now been broken out
Divided.
into small like shots of this, so we can at least taste the first iteration of a Malort drink. Now let's see what Taylor thinks. He's not as pleased as he wants to be. I don't
So
know if
it's-
that's a
it's a
byproduct.
daiquiri.
It's a Malort drink.
It's a daiquiri, but for those listening, it's not a frozen
I
daiquiri.
mean, and listen,
I mean,
and
it's
it
a Malort
smells,
drink. I mean,
It doesn't smell bad.
It smells fantastic.
smells delicious.
But Malort's problem has never been on the nose. You know what I mean? Like Malort actually doesn't smell bad.
kind of smells.
So the front is not bad, but the back is terrible.
No, that's hilarious. I taste the Malort.
You taste it a little more, but
do.
and it's not like it's not overpowering. It's okay.
No, that's wild though, because you have just about figured out the right spice to allow that weird back taste to go.
I wonder if it needs
Oh.
lemon.
It's a byproduct of that spice. No, this
It might need lemon or salt.
this is refreshing as hell, but the back end is
Oh,
trash.
tell me,
What is that?
is that yours? Mix these. Mix both
He's
of those
trying
together.
something. He put a bitter in there,
He
which
did.
seems ironic on account of it's so fucking
That
bitter.
is wild because that tasted really good, and then it was just like,
No, it's like pink grapefruit juice.
and then it's like,
Now it's bad.
no, it's good.
It's good.
All right, I'm getting one quick shot.
I love
of,
watching this scientist work because he's like, literally, you see the wheels turning, and you're like,
Oh, that's much better.
Yep, that's what.
he's like, he could taste it. His palate.
And you guys are
said-
not even going to believe what kind of bitters this is.
Holy crap, dude! No,
Did
no,
that
no.
clear the Malort out?
Yeah.
Yes,
did.
no joke. He just put a grapefruit bitter in there.
No. He did not put grapefruit.
I thought that's
or
what
was
it
it
said.
grapefruit?
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
So he just put a grapefruit bitter in there, and all of a sudden that shitty aftertaste is
There it
now
is.
just the peppery part.
So you need grapefruit and grapefruit bitters, plus a little cherry vanilla.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
I'm working through, dude. That's freaking
That's it.
refreshing.
That is drinkable.
Yo, that's rum and Malort.
Rum, Malort,
Yeah.
grapefruit bitters, cherry vanilla bitters.
But so this is
Simple.
This is a heavy booze drink. Like there's 2 shots in here, so predominantly
ounces.
this is liquor.
Yep.
So
it's equal parts.
I can taste the Malort, but I taste the dare I say the good part, the botanical part
On the front end.
Yeah.
And then the back end is there, but it's now been kicked down by those bitters.
I think it's also because of grapefruit, though. Grapefruit has
really
that
pulls it.
dry kind
Yeah.
of like.
I
leaves your
still know
mouth.
something's horribly wrong.
But I think that if you added a little
That's
like
good.
either saline solution or some salt to that to mix it, I think that's going to pull out the good flavors and
right.
keep the
Have
savory
you,
out.
Have you considered fentanyl? Because I feel like this is
Listen,
just
this is
some
what-
zombie
this is a great. This is a good drink.
That's a drinkable drink.
That's a drinkable drink now.
That's like
Malort. There's a cocktail.
Would you consider this the final product, or are you still tweaking?
I think I would like to try some salt in that.
Yeah, I think this is like the direction of one cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have some other ideas for
Boys, I'm
another
excited.
Malort drink.
Like
but
this is exciting. How good that is
I like
already.
that. I like the way that stands, but I could definitely see you guys tweaking it. But that's not bad.
I
Not
now
bad at
have
all.
I now have
Hope.
a lot more. Yes, that's the word.
Hope.
I have hope. This is. You have gotten really close to drinkable.
right.
In fact, on the front end, it's literally entirely drinkable, if not excellent.
And
It's
that's
the
what
back
happens.
end still just has a little Malort.
And again, that's what happens when you have over rocks or when you have some
Yeah.
ice in it.
It's true.
It is like the Malort comes out.
Troy, that's good.
What if you like put it in a freezer and really like just got it crazy cold?
Does that help? Like you think it?
That's what I'm asking. I don't know. This might be a stupid
I mean, it
question
might.
to you.
I know with this cocktail though, we also tried it like 15 minutes after we made it in like a chilled coupe, and man, it tastes like dog shit.
Yeah, it
afterwards.
tastes
So
bad.
when it warms up, it's pretty
rough.
rough.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you sub chill it, like it's not gonna freeze, but like just get it like really cold. Or will that take all the flavor out of it because it's too
No,
cold?
you know what's interesting? Maybe
Probably
we could
just make it smooth.
We could
Try.
we could dry ice it.
Yeah, just some simple dry ice,
Dry ice it.
liquid
Keep it in a liquid
nitrogen.
nitrogen. Put
that's
it
fine.
and then drop it
It's
in.
like a fucking mRNA vaccine.
Taylor's
But
like,
that
I got
could
some
work.
right over here in the second cooler I brought.
Yeah, I brought it in my Jeep.
You know, opens up like Han
You
Solo.
guys
coming out of the
laugh.
deep
Like
freeze.
a lot of these cocktail places use dry ice to freeze their drinks.
That's
to
true.
get
I believe
them
it.
super cold.
I was watching a show on Netflix about mixologists. I don't know if either of you've seen it. It's
Drink
just
Masters.
it's
Drink
a competition.
Masters.
And a guy made a drink and it had dry ice in it.
And they
it-
got all pissed off about
Yeah.
it.
Dude, they lost their shit because
It's dangerous as fuck.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can do. They can't be near your lips.
the guy basically one of the judges was like, if I drank that, it'd burn a hole in my esophagus and kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even look, I'm just a dummy.
We
I'm
have
like-
put dry ice in cocktails.
We have.
I think
We did a Halloween party one time where we made
wanted it to-
a bourbon punch and
We
we,
did
put dry
ice in it, and
So
everybody
it's like-
scooped out the bourbon punch because it was flowing over like a witch's
Yeah.
cauldron.
yeah. I think the problem is
You know.
the guy when he served it because
We
he
didn't
wanted it
know
to
it was
look
going to
good.
burn somebody's esophagus.
I mean,
you
at
know,
the time, no, but
But like,
whatever.
it will melt off.
In
It'll melt
retrospect,
off
the
and
two
be safe,
deaths.
but you
It
got to
would.
make sure it melts off.
Correct. Correct.
yeah,
We've done some. Yeah, you know, whatever.
questionable cocktails.
Hey, we'll miss Scott. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
he meant
also,
well.
He shouldn't have taken. He shouldn't have taken our
Aggressive drinker.
you know, the
He shouldn't have showed up early to the party.
right.
hey guys, don't drink that. Why? You see Han Solo in the corner? He ingested a dry
He did
ice
that.
cube. Yeah, he's done now.
He's committed to playing that corpse.
Yeah, God, that is the best Han Solo costume I've ever seen.
He's frozen.
Taylor, you did
Literally.
it. I think that's
amazing.
Really close.
Yeah, no, I am impressed.
It's definitely close.
Yeah. I think we're on to something.
Yeah, for sure.
You're close. You're close.
Not
I'm
there
like,
yet.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Well,
But
what do you want? What do you want?
literally, that is the single best thing I've ever had with Malort.
Okay.
There is no doubt about that. What do I want? No Malort. So I don't know that it can get better, but I'm just trying. I want you guys to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never tasted these other cocktails.
We can't tell you what we want because we don't know enough. You guys know all this stuff. So it's like, it's great. But I'm sure I can tell Taylor's already thinking like, well, if I did this, I could, so like.
He changed it in the moment.
Yeah,
He did.
exactly.
He goes, no, it needs grapefruit bitters, and then jumped in, and it changed the profile so much that it was a whole nother point better.
It's like if you're trying to, like when you guys are designing the Squeezing Lemons logo, you're probably like, you had some ideas, but you didn't know what you wanted until you saw whatever
saw it.
version of
Right.
it. And you're like, I would have never come up with that. But somebody did, and you're like, that's the one. Like, maybe the colors were different or maybe the font was different. But like, if you're not an artist and y'all are artists at this, I am not. Like,
No, this is not my. I've literally made 2 Malort drinks in my life. I've had a Malort and Coke. Not good.
Oh
Not
God.
good. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. And then I used a bunch of the beef gravy from Italian beefs.
Oh.
And I did a half shot of Malort with a half shot of beef gravy.
I remember that.
Did you
day.
lose a bet?
What the fuck?
It was
Yeah,
just a
trying
late in the
something.
day.
And I can tell you this, that's worse than Malort.
How is that coming back up?
Never came back up. Never
How was
came
it coming back out?
Wow.
Exactly.
Whichever way, same consistency.
No, it was brutal. But those are the only 2 drinks I've even tried outside of, because
This
everything
one-
else is bad.
Yeah.
Like I've tried. This tastes like pink grapefruit juice.
Yeah.
Like that is like really
Different.
really good. It's just, and I don't think you can ever get rid of this. There's an aftertaste that lingers.
That
It's still there.
It's
Yeah.
still there, and
I taste it in my mouth right now.
Every time we have done a cocktail with Malort, that is the tail end of it all.
But
Yep.
that grapefruit bitter cut it by 50% just by adding that. How much
Yeah.
was left over in my mouth? So I think you're onto something
Yeah,
with
what you did
complementary
2
bitters.
dashes, so maybe
Yeah.
we have to,
Maybe we add it. I think also though, there's this big Malort following too, right? So if you take out that taste at the end, maybe that's
Yeah.
the wrong
You might
thing.
lose
Yeah, it might lose.
you
That's a
hide
good
it
call.
too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, so
That's a great call.
maybe
Somebody will spike it. There's not even Malort in here.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
taste it.
But with
Exactly.
that, when you did that grapefruit, when it cut that aftertaste by about half,
yeah.
right.
but it was still there, that might be the sweet spot. That
Right.
could be the best Malort drink ever made. It's definitely the best Malort drink I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
For
a
sure.
fan. You guys are
Appreciate it. Yeah.
fucking wizards.
Taylor's the wizard. So Taylor's been thinking about that one for a while, which is
no.
great.
I see you were already pot committed because you were like, if he falls on his face or if he succeeds, I'm going to push it his way.
Losing sleep.
Unfortunately for you, he nailed it. So you don't get any W's.
I think the shooter is the way to go too. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about the gravy shooter with. I was like, I don't think it is, Ray.
Nope.
So
I think
chill
that is
it.
the way to go.
Chill it real good and then pour it in one of those little short glasses. Do the
Right, but have some sort of like a sugar or a tahine or some kind of rim on that shot glass to kind of to bring it in and
yeah. Well,
be
what
good.
did everybody used to get? Like redheaded sluts and Alabama slammers. Like you're
Yeah.
talking about a drink like that. Like
a drink like
Kamikaze.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kamikaze. That's like my go-to shooter.
Yeah.
Like a kamikaze. I don't even know what's in it.
triple sec. Of
course.
Why did you expect something different?
Roses lime, something else.
I also like a mind eraser.
Mind eraser. I think it has absinthe. I think mind eraser actually has absinthe in it.
Yeah.
I think I got away. Somehow I managed to get through my 20s without being forced into those mind erasers or gorilla farts or any of those sickening make you want to puke.
You never had those?
No,
Three Wise Men?
never had one.
None of that.
Dude, what happened was for me, I started drinking at 16.
Yeah, but how did no one haze you on your 21st birthday?
Dude, I turned 18. I was already in the fraternity. I was pledging a fraternity. When I turned 21, drinking was old hat. And I remember the day I turned 21, it was a Wednesday. So we went down the street to the bar and people tried to buy me shots. And I was like, I'm not doing shots. I've been drinking for 6 years now. Like,
So there was a drink back at Radford called the Hanger. And the Hanger is basically like the Radford version of the Long Island iced tea. You know, it's got like 7 different liquors in it. And it'll mess you up way too much. And there is a general understood rule that is you have 2 hangers. You don't have more than 2 hangers because you're going to be out over your skis before you know it, and it's going to end poorly. So you have your 2 hangers, and I remember young Jimmy came to visit, and he was like, what are you drinking? No. And I was like, well, we're going to start with a hanger because, you can have 2 of these. 1 is probably preferred, but 2's the limit. And he was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. I think I'd like a 3rd. And I was like, I don't think you do, based on, I've been doing research on hangers.
Based on this statistical analysis.
Yeah.
We've run the numbers for decades, and nobody enjoys 3. And he was like, nope, I want 3. And then someone ordered him a gorilla fart.
Oh, no.
Backer on a 3rd hanger.
I forgot what's in it.
I don't even know.
Gross.
I just know it tastes like shit sticks and feels like.
There was a drink I had in college, and when I was living in the fraternity house, I had one of those posters that had all the shots in it, and like the layers, and there was like the cement mixer.
The cement mixer was the best.
Yeah, where like it curdled up.
Yeah, you swish it in your mouth until it gets hard. Yeah, I've been there. so young Jimmy.
That's how we became friends.
So young Jimmy.
Gorilla fart?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a tasty beverage.
Bacardi 101
Yep.
and Wild Turkey.
Yep, there you go.
Well, I mean, we have.
No one wants a fucking gorilla fart.
We do.
I mean,
we do
have the
Do you have the
ingredients.
ingredients? Oh my gosh, you do.
Yeah.
Bring
No, and it's
it. Gorilla
151.
fart.
I believe it's
I feel
151.
like it's meant to be.
Yeah, it's 151 in Wild Turkey.
Well, do the
Half ounce.
101.
Oh, I don't
if you
have
know.
151. Yeah.
Hold on. So he took this shot,
Okay.
right?
He did the gorilla fart.
No. No one's doing gorilla farts. Please, God, do not make gorilla fart shots.
It's
I
only
don't-
a half ounce.
No, but I can't. No. That's my answer.
You brought it up.
We're gonna just.
I was
see
going
what
to tell
happens.
this story and then watch how the story ends and maybe
Now you
understand
can do
my
the. Now
apprehension.
you can do the story.
No, so,
You can show us the story.
so young Jimmy's had the 3, hangers.
Yeah.
And he has the gorilla fart. And he like looks at us and he's like, it's good. Like kind of like, and then he turns and I see the wretch like, and he puts his hand up on his face like to hold the vomit in.
Oh my God.
So he puts the palm of his hand directly
Oh,
on
I know
his
where this
lip.
is going.
And then he can't stop it and goes, boom, and it fires out. And the beauty of putting your palm directly in your hand is that it couldn't go down because the fat of your hand creates a nice seal below your mouth. So when he fired into it, the only place it could go was up
and through
which
his
is now
fingers?
channels. So it fired 4 distinct channels of vomit
And like a
out
fan.
in a fan
Yeah.
and streams. And he went, and then in his embarrassment, he turned.
So he sprayed it
So
around
it was
himself.
a beautiful sprinkler effect.
A vomit sprinkler.
It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's not often that you get to like see something that beautiful in nature.
Dude.
It's like catching an eclipse, that you didn't even know was going to happen. And I saw it and he sprayed everywhere. And I remember the look on his face. There was so much shame and upset. And they just slowly were cleaning. I remember Todd was cleaning the bar off and everything. And I felt the exact opposite. He felt the shame, and I'd never been so proud.
Yeah.
I'd never seen something so beautiful.
You know how
Like rainbows coming off of the droplets, in the light. It was like,
you're like
why are you handing me this?
It's just.
y'all are
seemed
gonna
like
have
a
a
good
gorilla
idea.
fart.
Do you want to spit?
Let me smell it. I'm not gonna even.
Why would I want this?
I think it's.
That's not a full shot.
I think it's worth it.
It's half ounce.
For starters,
It's 1
the
ounce.
only thing I have to chase is warm bourbon.
You want a Sprite?
I want
Starry?
fucking not this.
How about a
some
beer?
Malort?
How about a beer?
Why are we here?
This is what happens.
This is a question of man.
We're
No, but
giving
you
you.
seriously made gorilla farts right now?
I did. Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're fucking wrong.
You brought up a drink.
I was
to
telling, it
mixologist.
smells like,
A gorilla fart?
Oh, it's not bad.
That's not great.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's 2.5.
Not horrible.
It's a 2.5.
Brendan, come on.
Brendan,
You're spending more time and energy not drinking it.
I never wanted it.
Yes, you did.
I was
it's
telling
not
a
It's
story.
not that bad.
I
It's half
literally
a
was
shot.
telling the story, the why we don't do this story.
I want to see the beautiful vomit fan.
Now you see, now you're bringing it to a
See,
place.
if it was 151, I could see where it has a little bit of a heavy kick to it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're
You know how vomiting makes
see. It's not bad. That Wild Turkey
horrible.
101 rye is really good by itself. A little Bacardi smooths it out.
You know how some people hate vomiting? I enjoy watching someone puke. It's hilarious to me.
Do you really?
Yes, I just find it hilarious, especially in those situations.
Thanks, Taylor.
You're welcome.
This is what happens. We do show prep
We
at
do.
Taylor's house.
Yeah. And then one of us has a
we
great
have
idea.
it all set up. We have 2, 3, 4
Where are you going, Brendan?
easily.
Are you done?
We have like
Just
4
walking outside.
cocktails,
Take a
5
second.
cocktails, and then all of a sudden
If he
Taylor's like,
vomited right now, that would be the best thing ever. He's standing out in the middle of his yard.
he's spitting.
Contemplating
life.
You could see like it is actually like
The glasses come off.
Oh, he's rubbing his eyes. Well, couple spits.
you're all right.
You're
You
fine.
okay,
I
buddy?
do
Made
appreciate
it.
that you've taken that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House.
Hey, what Henley are you wearing right
It's
now?
a white Henley. This is a Lucky brand.
Lucky brand.
Yeah, white Henley with the little slub shit going on in there, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't talk.
He just knocked his topic book off. So what were you
You're
saying?
stop being, you're like this, but this is how it happens. Taylor and I will start. We'll
your
do our,
pre-show,
we'll do
that's
our
right.
cocktails. We'll have everything else, and then Taylor's like, "Hey, we haven't tried this bottle of bourbon in a while.
I mean, it's true. though.
Hey, we should try this cocktail." And that's what we do.
Nice.
All right, I'm
And it
laser
happens.
focused.
You're good. You're
No,
good.
I'm back. I'm a professional. It's time for a deli, which is another.
Is it
drink.
time?
Is it time?
Yeah, and it's heartbreakingly early. It seems like, and
Wait, how early are we?
no, we're at 40 minutes, which is when we do a deli.
Oh wow, that was
these-
quick.
Dang.
We got there quick.
Man.
Yeah, well, because
One Malort drink and one
literally,
gorilla fart later.
when you guys get here, I've now
This is a
have a mixed drink made with Malort. Have 2 shots you don't want mixed together, and then let's have a deli. This is actually the least fun episode and the most fun episode. It's confusing how that works.
Come on.
You know?
So I bought this deli today when I was out looking for delis because obviously it looks just like a High Life can, a Miller High Life.
Yeah, Austin East Ciders Texas Honey Cider. Okay, so we have a cider,
A cider.
not a Dickens.
I mean, it doesn't
You
smell
never had
great.
you never had a Dickens cider?
Oh, it does not smell good.
It smells shitty.
It literally smells poopy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's awful.
Whoa, what is with that?
Smells like poopy honey.
oh, it does. So you know,
It
oftentimes,
says, "How do you like them apples?" on it. It's 5%.
Oh, jeez.
oftentimes if you age a cider, like if you let it sit and they do it in like a cement like thing that they bury in the ground, and so it's all cement, it takes on that really earthy stink, and that's what I think I'm smelling here.
This does not smell well.
I just like how the last ingredient is carbon dioxide.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
I tell you what, it doesn't taste at all like the stink. The stink is earthy, and the taste is very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Almost too
Yeah,
sweet.
you're not wrong.
I can smell the honey after the
It's the
herb.
honey, and that's a weird sweetness because it is a honey sweet. It's not a sugar sweet.
Is there lactose in that too? Is it like
It's not
shoot,
on
like,
the ingredients.
smooth?
Yeah, it's not in there.
But-
you know, I was just thinking about that. How you can smell like a gallon of milk from the actual gallon, and it smells like fucking sour ass.
It does
sour
yeah.
cream.
and it's like
But-
creamy on your tongue.
Yeah,
This beer I hate and love. I'm very conflicted at the moment. I don't like the smell. I love the mouthfeel. I don't like how sweet it is, but I love its honey sweet. I'm like seriously conflicted a few different directions here.
Well, it also grabbed my attention because I saw that it was honey, and I was like, "Isn't that mead? Isn't that usually what that is?"
Yes, correct.
And I've never heard a honey in a cider. It was kind of a weird marriage there.
I'll tell you this. I didn't know this, but if you're ever going to be forced to take a gorilla fart, have a cider. Nothing calms down a gorilla fart like a cider. That is the best chaser in the world for a gorilla fart. I was out there spitting. I still have spit in my mouth, more than I'd like. But I no longer feel bad about it. It's just a byproduct of fun. It's a little different. It's like a slightly different angle.
What just
Okay.
happened there, Troy?
Oh, it got my mustache.
Okay.
But I'll go first. I really like this.
Yeah.
I'm not a big apple cider guy. Let me scratch that. I like apple cider, but I like legit apple cider when it's hot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like thick apple cider, like ripe, fresh apple cider. I don't like these apple cider beverages that are being pushed out there.
Sure.
Apple isn't really one of my favorite flavors, but I think the sweetness of the honey
It's interesting.
is really good. I do like honey. Like I'll eat honey on a lot of stuff.
Right.
And I think this is a good marriage of the two, honestly.
How high are you going to go?
That is the question. I don't think I can start with a 4. It's not that good, but it's a 3.5. It's good. I
Okay.
enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the snob second.
Yeah, so
I'm glad you knew who I was talking about.
I am the snob. I will tell you that this is the smell. The smell on this beer. I want something. If I'm going to give it a 3.5 or a 4, it's got to smell good. If we're doing taste alone, this is a 3.5. I like the mouthfeel. I like the taste.
Yeah.
I like the way it goes down. But the smell on this is bad. If
definitely
there
got
was
a funky
something, if it could change it up a little bit, I would.
It's sulfur.
So it's 3. It's a 3 for me. It's a solid 3.
I think one of the ingredients it says sulfides or something, because honestly, the ingredients are all natural. Like there's not a lot of ingredients in it, so it's so weird that it's having that smell.
Right, and I
so
hope
a
it goes.
true-
I hope it goes down. But
true
it doesn't.
farm-
What would you say it was?
It's a 3.
3?
It's a 3.
A true farmhouse cider will often have that smell. That is
Okay.
a natural byproduct. And then if you put it in those cement
Yeah.
vessels to like store,
Cisterns.
yeah, if you will, and it brings that out. But that's not uncommon in a farmhouse cider that hasn't been processed a lot.
Oh, brown sugar is in this too.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So for me, I'm not a big cider fan. Like take me was it Mountain Orchard or whatever?
Yeah.
Like it's not my favorite type of day. But it's a good cider. It feels good going down. The smell is awful, especially when you first open it up. But after it settles,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. But
I'm not smelling it in the cup anymore.
yeah, exactly. But for it to be a Texas honey cider, followed up quickly besides, honey is cane sugar and brown sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not super honey forward, I mean, it's good, but then again, it could be my bias,
Yeah.
because I'm not a big cider guy, but I would say 2.5, 3, maybe 3. I don't know. I would be comfortable with like a 2.8, but I know we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Then it's a 3.
Yep.
If you're at 2.8, and if you say 2.75,
It sounds like he wants to go 2.5. I don't think we should push him to
well,
a 3.
Taylor, I'm gonna put you on the spot. 2.5 or 3.
I'm going to say 2.5.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I hate the stink. I love that it has the stink of a farmhouse cider, though, even though I'm not a fan of it. But then the fact that I taste none of it now makes me love the stink because it beat its own deficiency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that one-arm pitcher, Steve Abbott.
Yeah.
This is like the Steve Abbott of
Pitching no
ciders.
hitter with one arm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dude had one arm, and you're like, you can't pitch. I like my pitchers with 2 arms, and you're like, but you only have one.
Well,
So
right.
I'm not a fan. And then he starts whizzing fastballs by you and throwing that glove into the other hand, and you're like, okay, Steve Abbott, well played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a hell of a ball player. This right here has the old one-arm stink on it.
Yeah.
And it pitches like a 2-arm pitcher. I love this guy. So this is the Steve Abbott of ciders.
Yeah.
Right.
To me, that's literally Steve Abbott cider is what they should call this. Because it does everything wrong, but then in the end, it's a baller. So the Austin East Cider's Texas Honey Cider, despite being way too sweet, which I do not
Yeah.
like. I like a dry cider without all the sweetness. It's got the wrong stink. It's got everything that a one-arm pitcher has when he walks out on the mound. It has everyone in the crowd going, nope.
Nope.
It does all
Yeah.
the things wrong. And then he starts pitching and you go, Well done, sir. That's a 4. I like that a lot.
4.
You like it?
I like the way the honey is the sweetness. The sweetness
Okay.
has that brown sugar, and that honey is more caramel than it is, like just overtly sweet.
Yeah.
The stink is all wrong, but man, that fastball is sick, and the gloves on the hand fast enough to catch the
So
heater.
you're going to give it a 4, even without the smell.
I'm telling you, it's part of its charm.
It's part. Okay.
It's the Steve Abbott of ciders. Taylor, why are you shaking drinks?
He's getting ready. He's gonna use the cider as part of a cocktail.
So that's a 3.25.
Already knew. Soon as he
Okay.
left. Soon as he left the table, I
You
said
knew what was happening?
he was gonna make a cocktail with the cider.
Okay. Well, how about this? Slow your roll.
Pump the brakes.
Haven't we talked about how great the after show is going to be?
Actually, this after show is gonna be dope because it's a beautiful day outside.
Right.
You guys want to go to a topic?
We could do a topic if you
Why
want.
not? We haven't done one in like 3 episodes. I
We're
think.
an hour. We're an hour in.
Yeah,
right?
this is crazy. All right. So there was a chick today who got suspended, and she was on the news in Mississippi. Okay, she's a local news gal in Mississippi.
What'd she do?
So she was talking about a Snoop Dogg situation.
Uh-huh.
The old white lady. Okay,
I think I saw a headline for this story.
she's talking about Snoop Dogg like it came up naturally in the story,
Sure.
and she dropped a faux shizzle my nizzle on the air.
No way.
And they fired her for that. Now I can understand that faux shizzle my nizzle if you speak Snoop Dogg. He's
And we all do.
He's saying for sure, and then nizzle would be the N word, right?
Yeah. I honestly, I assume, but I honestly,
I assume so too. I don't know this.
I don't know.
I've never actually gone to my
No.
Google Translate and said I would like to change this from Snoop to English,
yeah.
and then said faux shizzle my nizzle, and then had it come back. But she said faux shizzle my nizzle in like a natural progression on the air.
Wasn't she like a veteran? Like she'd been there like 20
she'd been
years
there for
or
a
something?
very long time. So they canned her. They dropped her.
Wow.
And I'm questioning, I'm like, at what point, right?
Yeah. When is,
At what point does just something that's in all of our vernacular, right? Like I actually call my daughter Rizzle.
yeah.
And I always have from the time that she was a little kid because her name starts with an R. And so I'm like, I call her Rizzle.
Yeah.
And she always thought that was weird, but I'm from that age. Well, thank you, Taylor. Get another drink.
Another drink.
But so like, I never thought that I was doing
Like
anything.
DJ Khaled over
I know,
here.
right?
And another one.
But I never thought I was doing anything
I've heard you call
like
her that
weird
for
or
yeah.
potentially.
No.
And I called her Rizzle,
Right.
So you
which
were,
I guess now is a derivative of
Are you
Nizzle,
worried- Nizzle.
which is so like, am I being shitty?
are
No.
you worried about getting canceled now?
No, I'm not. But like, she literally calls herself now, like on her handles and shit, like online. She'll be like, "I'm DJ Rizzle," and I'm like, "Yeah," because that's fucking cool.
Right.
But like, this lady got fired for saying "faux shizzle my nizzle," which I think is now just part of the American vernacular, because Snoop made it so popular that even old white people know it. But I don't think there's any harm in what she was saying. Now, am I being ignorant? Like, is it a harmful thing for
No.
her to say? So you would agree that she should not have been fired? I
No, I
find
don't think
this-
she should be fired.
I don't think she should be fired.
They outright canned her ass, kicked her off the air. She lost her job for saying "faux shizzle my nizzle," which I just thought was kind of commonplace.
And it's weird too in that context when you're telling and I have not
What's that?
read the story or heard the story. But
On the fly.
if she's talking about Snoop and referencing Snoop, I feel like it's kind of in play, right?
It was in context.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was anything like I can think of 100 things Snoop has said that should get you fired
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the news. But I don't feel like faux shizzle my nizzle meant anything outside of it's just some Snoopisms.
Isn't that like an iconic like thing that Snoop Dogg has said?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Well, he's basically
and so you're quoting him.
Yeah.
So
You're
if you
not-
cancel her for saying nizzle,
Yeah.
then
Well, and
effectively that's just Snoop's word.
Snoop's word.
I don't
Right.
even understand.
Right.
Like I don't understand how
hasn't he izzled every word
everything
out there? So like
Everything.
you could
Right, so
literally
the-
put
right.
a letter with izzle behind it, and
Yeah.
there's been a version of that.
He goes to McDonald's and says, let me get a Big Mizzle.
Yeah,
They hand him a Big Mac. That's just what they do.
So is that?
Let me get some chicken nizzles. Boom, here's your nuggets, sir.
Yes,
Like, we
so
just
is that-
speak Snoop.
Right.
Yeah. So would that be deemed racist? I don't know.
I just thought it was crazy. They just up and fired her. And maybe that's because Mississippi's super sensitive. I think they were the last one to take the stars and bars off their flag, if we're going to get technical.
I think everybody's super hyper sensitive, vigilant, whatever it is.
Well, if you're that company, you have to
you
be
have
like,
to be. You have to be.
But I don't even think we're out of line. I don't know. It never occurred to me.
It literally is rather be safe than sorry. I mean, that's basically what they're doing, you know?
I mean, we started giving trophies out for losing, so
Yeah.
it's
Truth.
it's a whole vibe.
She's about
What
to get
is
a
this
trophy.
drink?
She just lost.
Do you like that drink?
What is it?
Oh, my man's on the line. I don't
Oh,
know.
come on.
No way. He's on the line. That dude. Sorry, March Madness.
How did they not see that? That's not even in play. They're talking about when he.
Yeah, they're talking about
touches it.
down there, but it never happened.
Yeah.
The ball's down here.
It's not in 4K HD.
Hey Taylor, what the fuck am I drinking? Because this tastes to me like you put a little bit of bourbon.
Yeah, that's what I was
inside
thinking.
of this apple cider, and now I have like
Yeah.
bourbon apple sex.
Yeah. So I took the cider and just used it as like a topper for a like grapefruit bourbon
Nice.
type of cocktail.
Dude's a nightmare. It's crazy.
Put it on my business card right next to Johnny Bravo.
Right. Nightmare.
Johnny the Nightmare Bravo. I mean, like everything you do, you're like,
I mean, this is typical the way things.
This is how it works every time y'all hang?
Every time, he's like, oh, let's just do this.
but,
And, like,
but
all of a
every
sudden
time,
it happens.
Every time he turns around, though, there's more liquor in it. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, that was a cider, but now it's 70 proof. Like, wait, what just happened?
You can't have one drink with him. Like,
I've never have.
yeah, it's not gonna work.
True.
In
That is
fact,
true.
I don't even know. This is going to sound odd, and I'm not trying to sound weird,
You're
but
good.
I don't know you sober.
Yeah.
I only know you when I'm drinking. Like that's a
Add
know
it
what
to
I
the
mean?
list.
like
So Taylor and I used to live like a mile and a half away from each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
now
trouble.
it was.
Oh, it was
yeah.
But like we should
And
have
there was
lunch
ra-
one day, and like
there was a
'cause maybe
roundabout.
we talk
should.
about something different. Like
We
maybe
should,
we're
yeah.
humans.
Brendan and I live 4 blocks from each other when we
Right.
met.
Oh,
It was
so you got-
bad.
it was bad.
It was real bad.
So it was bad
Yeah.
for a while. So now I live at Jill's, and so it's about 15 or 20 minutes away, and it. Thank goodness. I have to end the evening like 45 minutes to an hour prior
Yeah.
to me leaving.
I mean, that's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That drink's fantastic. Again,
It's just some
So
cider
good.
and some bourbon.
Yeah.
faux shizzlemanism.
Right.
And now I'm canceled.
And
You are
Done.
good. Right.
Which I thought everyone could say in context, but apparently
can't.
not. Not in
Nah,
Mississippi.
You can't.
They're really trying to walk it back, aren't they?
They are.
Took them forever to pull that flag down. Now they give a shit more than anybody else.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Now they're gonna get out ahead of everything.
yeah, you know, like if you have bodies buried in the yard, you tend to be nicer.
Yeah.
You know, so people aren't aware of all the bodies in the
buried,
yard. I think that's basically Mississippi's stance right now. They fucking fired this old lady. What was her name too? It's like Barbie too. Her name's Barbie Bassett.
No way.
That
Her
didn't
name
help-
is
that didn't help
Barbie
her cause.
Her
Bassett.
name's Barbie Bassett.
That did not help her
Barbie
cause.
Bassett.
No. They've been trying to get rid of her. When I say Barbie Bassett, I definitely picture blonde, but then droopy face. Because of the
Yeah, I
Bassett.
pictured.
No, the Bassett.
Yeah.
I
Right.
picture a basset hound in just like a blonde wig.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Barbie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Barbie
picture
Bassett.
Barbie on the news. I just think of like fake, overdone, fake, like had a million facelifts. You know,
Well, if she's a newscaster in
Yeah.
Mississippi,
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's a little fake.
I saw the picture.
something.
She's a trophy
was,
wife.
No, she was old. No, this trophy This is the trophy Taylor was talking about.
Oh, she
Okay.
was?
I mean, she's been on the news for 20 years.
Yeah, no, she's been run over a couple times.
Now you're really canceled.
right.
Not only are you
are you
racist, you're
serious?
sexist.
This is where
I thought that was
do
an
not serve
ageist.
Brendan anymore. No
That
more
too.
cocktails.
Mozzarella.
No more
What?
cocktails. No more cocktails for you.
Thought I was killing it.
How about another gorilla fart?
I tell you what, none of us needed to start with.
She's good looking. What are you talking about?
Oh, then I read it. Well, I read it on the shitter. What's it look like? Oh, she's still, dude. That is much better looking than I thought.
Oh yeah, she's attractive.
But she's old. She's in her 50s.
So, fuck off.
Yeah,
Raised
dude. Maybe I'm looking at an
Only
old
one
pic.
here with the AR.
Yeah, no.
Right, I mean,
Hold on.
man.
Can we run it
Maybe
back?
I was looking at an old picture.
We need to run that.
But
back.
my point was,
Wow.
she was a
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
attractive
No,
lady.
but right there.
Now she
that-
looks like a Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taylor and I are totally fat phobic too.
Oh God. Yes.
fat. You're scared of fat.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Is that why you guys all CrossFit all the time?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
that makes sense. Hey, look, you're talking to a dude who literally is living it up today because I start a cleanse tomorrow.
Which is to me silly. I think.
You would
Yeah,
say
what-
that
What is up with that?
with just cleanses in general, or
I asked
me?
for 2 strawberries today, and like we were like, ooh, they're for the cleanse.
Oh, so my wife is a little more particular about the cleanse. So like we do these things. We try to do these quarterly, but right now we're going on a cruise next week. So next week we're going on a cruise, which means I am going to be shirtless for 7 days.
Yeah, I feel you. We cruise.
And so I want to
2 or
like
3
try to
times
get my ish together.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm gonna try to hold it down. And so like you work out all the time, but like there is a little something you need right before true shirt off time.
This is a little boost.
That's the cleanse.
Yeah.
And so we have discovered these 3-day beach body cleanses, and they are basically they strip away all the dookie that's in you.
Okay.
And you'd be surprised how much shit you're carrying around because you really will thin out.
Yeah.
So for 3 days, you're drinking like fiber shakes, and then it's all fiber. You're eating veggies and fruits.
Straight shitting the whole time.
No, day 1, you start to bloat. You actually start to bloat. You actually look worse.
Really?
Okay.
Day 1. So now you're hungry, yet you're like, sure do look bloated. And that's because all this fiber is hitting your system, and your system's like, we don't do fiber.
We don't do
Because
this.
I'm a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what do you got for dinner? I was like, how about ribs? So like,
Right,
what
right.
has less fiber? I'll take that.
Yeah.
So that tends to be like how I eat. So when this hits me, my body gets all this fiber and it goes, what are we doing? And it just stops and everything bloats up. Then day 2 is like the farting. It's the beginning of the purge.
Oh yeah.
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the fiber is built up. So that's when the farting occurs. And then some of the poops. And then day 3 is like the flush.
yeah.
It's happening. You are relieving the toxins.
So you need to make sure you're at home on day 3.
No, it is I 100% would say you should be home on day 3.
No plans.
No.
No nothing.
Okay.
You go through your business, but I mean, like, because like you can hold it. It's not like violent.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not gonna run you out of the room.
Sure.
But you'll be like, well, I'm glad that call's done because I could certainly spend some quality time. But you wake up day 4, and like there's 8 pounds shredded, and all of it was like
God.
like right on your gut and on
Yeah.
your like it has thinned you out, and it'll set you up for something like this. But it is a kind of a shit process.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
You
not.
gotta go through it before you get there.
Yeah, and you are hungry. Now they do a good job of feeding you shakes and like
Right.
veggies and bullshit. But yeah, so she has the strawberry. She wants to try this time. You're allowed to do certain smoothies instead of. Whereas I'm still gonna do just hummus and carrots. She can do all the smoothies she wants, but like I have my basic things where I'm like, I can tolerate this.
Right.
I'm already miserable. There's no caffeine.
We figured it out.
There's no caffeine. There's no alcohol. There's no nicotine. There's no nothing. Like
Yeah, but it's 3 days.
Oh shit.
I understand that it's 3 days, but when everything goes away at once,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
it's like 6 cold turkeys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It'll shake you up. It'll shake you up a little bit, but it'll shred you up. And then I'll look good on the cruise while I'm just literally fucking walking around with a steak and cheese and a beer in my hand.
Walking back everything you've done.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's 3 days of pain for
7 days.
7 days of
freedom.
pleasure.
Yeah.
It's basically where we're going with this.
I mean,
So you're a cruise guy, Taylor.
yeah, man.
So
Two
I'm-
to 3 times a year.
So I hate cruises.
Who do you go on?
Royal.
Royal?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, so we're doing a Royal Caribbean cruise. I'm anti-cruise guy because I don't like being
Petri dish of the sea.
dude. Welcome aboard. Norovirus to your right and COVID to your left. Pick your poison.
Hey, if you want to get skinny, go for it.
There you go.
Dude, if I could come out of a cleanse and then catch the Noro,
Bro.
actually, I'd rather not.
You'd be 4% body fat.
Yeah, and fucking not happy.
Not at all.
So, cruises to me, it's like you're stuck in a mall. You're stuck in a mall on the water. Like you literally can't even leave the mall.
Yeah.
I can walk around a cruise ship for hours just marveling at the engineering. Just,
my
I'm
God.
just looking around, I'm just like, this is crazy. We're on the water right now.
You marvel at the engineering. I look at the fucking people.
Yeah.
It is the best people watching.
Oh, yeah. You see all tight.
Amazing.
So I ran into an Ecuadorian that reminded me a lot of you
Yeah.
on the cruise ship. The only difference was he and I didn't speak the same language.
Right.
But I ended up sitting down with this Ecuadorian dude. And this guy was like, have you tried this? This guy fed this Ecuadorian dude fed me drinks where he would like
That's my brother.
he would talk in Spanish to the bartender. And the bartender would come back and be like, done. And then I'd be sitting there having whatever drink this and then he and I would be talking in like broken English and broken Spanish. And yet somehow still laughing hysterically and high-fiving.
Right.
So it was like my brother-in-law, this dude, and me, and we went off all day.
Did you get the drink package?
Yeah, I have the unlimited drink package.
It's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Telling you.
This guy had me so fucked up that I literally got in touch with my wife and told her, hey, I am not coming to fancy dinner tonight because I'm blacked out drunk. And my wife took one look at me and she goes, I respect that because you look horrible. She's pregnant and like we're with her family.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, I'm looking at you. I don't want you to come to fancy dinner. And I was like, I will not.
This will be better for all of us.
Yeah. And I was like, I have made mistakes. I'm going to go back to this Ecuadorian guy and we're going to have another couple drinks. And I was like, but I will not see you tonight. Are you cool with that? She's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. So you fast forward 2 hours, I'm changing into a suit in my room.
Oh,
Because I
no.
completely forgotten
Oh, no.
that I'd already cleared it, that it's cool that I don't go to fancy dinner. She's like, good, I'll have your lobster tail. I was like,
Yeah.
great, I don't like lobster. 2 more hours with the Ecuadorian.
When anyways.
Put on my suit, stagger in there, sit down with her family,
Oh, no.
just completely blacked out.
Jesus.
My wife the next morning is like, you said the word fuck more than the or and
Oh, my God.
the whole meal. I was like mortified. I was like, what? I thought I didn't even go to dinner. I told you I'm not coming to dinner. She's like, and then you showed up in a suit.
Wow.
So I pulled it off.
You should.
Fulfilled my
mean-
obligation. After that, her parents and I have been, we're cool.
You're
They
cool
know-
now?
Well, they know literally, like they've seen me
Yeah.
all the way over there.
Yeah.
And they were the next day, they're like, there's a lot of F-bombs last night. And I was like, didn't go to dinner.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all keep mentioning this guy at dinner. I don't know who you're
They're
talking
like,
about.
you wore a blue suit. And I was like, that's funny. I do have a blue suit in the closet.
You see, we just got off a cruise with my wife's parents because we try to take my parents and my wife's parents at least once a year on a cruise. So we
you
go
like cruises.
Yeah, so we go like at least definitely 2 times a year. If we can make 3, we'll do 3 times a year.
So
Awesome.
my problem with cruises, they drop you in a port and you have like 6 hours to run in. And then every jag off is like, buy this turtle or have this
Yeah.
shirt or like do this.
Yeah.
And like, you never get a sense of the island or anything about it
Yeah.
because you're just living in this homogenized bullshit that
Yeah.
they've created for the people on the cruise.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like
Yeah,
I like
we
to
skip
explore.
all that.
So
We
how
skip
do
all
you
that.
how do you make a cruise not suck? What do you mean you skip all that?
So when we get off in a port, the
Yeah.
first thing that we do is we get dressed for the day. We'll put on good shoes because you don't know if you're going to
Yeah.
be walking 6 miles or like half a mile. You have no idea.
Okay.
We'll throw a backpack on, water, whatever. And then that first like 20 yards
You can't be. That's horrible.
yeah, it's awful. But if you put your head down
And just
get
walk with a
through it,
purpose, yeah.
right, walk with a purpose, get through it,
Yep.
then you get past the tourism bullshit,
Okay.
right? Of like, oh, rent a moped, oh,
Yeah.
come on a city tour, like, you know,
Yeah.
go see the turtles. Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Just go off by yourself. So my wife and I have cruised for like years on end now. And what we do is we decide, you know, even before the cruise, what are we going to do in the ports? Are we going to go like, you know, go work out? Or are we going to go run? Because there was one year that we decided we're going to go run on every island. And
Okay.
we'd get off and go run like 5 miles and then come back.
Tell me you do CrossFit without telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, true, right? So
The joke is CrossFitters never not tell you they don't CrossFit.
yeah, exactly.
The
Exactly.
vegan CrossFitter is the
Worst
culmination of everything.
Right. But if you get past like the first 20 yards of that bullshit, then you can go do whatever you want to do.
Brendan likes to pay rando strangers to take him around places and put himself
and
in harm's
go-
way.
That's not
Go
a bad
do
idea.
that.
That
It's an awful idea.
Don't do that or do that.
no, I
Fucking do it.
absolutely.
No. So I think if I told this in the podcast when I went to Jamaica,
yeah.
you should
so
like.
I'll make it very quick then. So basically, I got into Jamaica port once. Like there's all this stuff, and like I got past it, and there was this cabbie, and he was standing there, and I liked the cut of his jib. And I was like, "Hey, buddy, if I give you $100, can I just like spend the next 4 hours with you, and we just go like figure this stuff out?"
He's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, I want a patty, I want somewhere to get a good beer, and I want a good view." He was like, "Done." And
He's
like we
like,
drove
"Precision."
off. But like, yeah. And then I said, "Canceled."
Right.
So you would recommend doing something more like that
Fuck yeah,
when
I
you go
would.
out?
Yeah. So, you know, I think about even when I was in college, when me and one of
Would
my
you
buddies,
do that with 2 kids?
I mean, I don't have kids, man. I have dogs. That's a bad question.
Would you do
for
that
me.
with your dogs?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. Continue your story.
but his dogs are badass. So,
Yeah, my dogs are badass.
My girls are badass. Dude, you see the muscles on
then.
the rizzle.
Yeah, going to foreign countries with 2 young girls, you're totally safe to
No,
do
it
things
does.
like
It
that.
does change. No, it
It does.
changes.
It
I mean, it
Absolutely.
changes your mindset, I'm sure.
a little bit. A
Yeah.
little bit.
So when me and my buddy were in college, this was like years and years ago, we decided to, when we're in, I think it was Honduras. No, it was Haiti. Yeah, I know, right? So
Anytime you have a GDP that's in single-digit dollars,
yeah, I
it's
know.
a problematic place.
So Labadee, Haiti, Royal had just opened up their private island, and
Oh, the one with the barbed wire, and just on the other side is poverty.
I mean, yeah,
No, it's very
so-
nice.
It's very nice.
Oh,
Oh, it's great.
It's
It's great.
longest overwater zip line in the world. So
I mean,
congratulations to that.
I've done it.
And
so yeah, it is.
poverty on the other side.
It's true.
That's cool.
So we got off and we decided, you know, this is all great, unlimited drinks, you know, on the beach, that's fine, but we want to go out and see what, you know, actual like Haiti's about. And so my buddy and I, we just started trekking through the woods. And
Oh, okay. Now see, this is where you find Haiti.
yeah, it's also where you find multiple guys with AR-15s
Yeah, yeah.
and fucking AK-47s being
Okay,
like,
that is
get
Haiti.
on the fucking ground. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. It was great.
Jonah, you got put on the ground by a bunch of Haitians with AR-15s.
100%, yeah.
So did it end with beers?
No. No, so we were hiking through the woods because we were just like, I don't know, there's a mountain, let's fucking go there. We're both from Tennessee, like fuck it.
is
Like,
this your
woods?
is your buddy that's now in the FBI?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah.
And so and so we're going through the woods and next thing we know, we have these guys just like running up to us like, you know, at like somewhat of a soul position, you know? Oh god. And we're just like, I don't know, like fuck it.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Yeah.
Taylor's buddy that I've met him.
Yeah.
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He is a beast of a man.
I love that guy.
I ran into this Dominican guy the other day, and we were talking about rum. He was like driving me in a car, and like we were talking about just how beautiful the Dominican Republic is. And I was like, yeah, and you guys border on Haiti, and he was like, don't get me started about them Haitians. And I was like, oh, this is very interesting. Like the hatred that occurs between Dominicans and Haitians, because the same island.
Same island.
But then there's like literally just like there's a line in the sand.
Right.
And it's like we're Dominicans, we're Haitians. And he was like, you know the problem with fucking Haitians? And I was like, oh, I cannot wait to hear this. I was like, yes, please. Tell me the problem with Haitians, you know? And he goes, here's the problem with Haitians. And he broke it down to this. He goes, us Dominicans, we find a chicken. We take that chicken, we have it lay eggs, and we feed our family for weeks. A Haitian finds a chicken, they kill it, they feed their family for the night, and then they're fucking starving the next day and they're furious. And I was like, wow.
Whoa.
Damn.
But like that, and he got like angry, like as he was saying it. He's like, them Haitians killed the chicken every time. And that was his like argument. But I was like, I was waiting for some like political or for some like crazy things. And he's like, no, the problem is they kill the chicken and then they're like, now what? And we think ahead. That was his. Now that's his.
It's a great example of
But it's like there was so much around that if you really extrapolate it out. But that was his analogy.
I love the example that the whole world's supposed to get along in one harmonious, peace, love, and understanding. And then you just
fucking pipe dream.
And then you just zoom into one little island.
One
and you're
island.
Like, these two people
don't
on this
even
one
get along.
island hate each other.
They hate each other
with a fury of 1,000 suns.
And I could only imagine meeting a Haitian. He's like, that stupid Dominican doesn't even know how to feed his fucking family. Like we had a feast.
All they're eating is eggs over here. I'm over here eating
we
chicken
had a
wings.
Feast, and you know what? Tomorrow I'll go do it because that's what I am.
Yeah.
I'm a hunter.
Yeah.
And he's like, these dudes don't have enough balls to hunt. Like you could see how this argument, but this guy was in a suit. He's driving a limo. Like he's doing his thing. Like, and he got down to like just this one visceral, these fucking Haitians.
Yeah, this is it.
I was like, that's so sad.
Does that ever make you like think about like what's your one thing? If someone does one thing, you're just like, fuck that shit. I can't live with them. I can't do anything.
Oh, I hadn't really thought about that.
I fucking know what mine is.
Okay, well let's start with yours because I need a moment.
Yeah, I know you do. So my thing is fridge organization.
You're a fridge organization.
Oh my
guy.
God.
Well, speaking about first world problems, okay.
I know it is, but I mean, like the
Haitian says, "What the hell's a fridge?"
Yeah, no, it's totally. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know. Like you live in.
Look, we're in America. Like it's fine.
He's like if the drinks aren't on the right.
I know. It drives me insane.
That messes you up,
bro. Like
drink organization or fridge organization in general.
I mean, that's a kind of general. Like, what is organization? What isn't?
So I think like I grew up where we didn't have like much food in the fridge.
Yeah.
Right. So when you would go open up the fridge, like milk would be on one shelf by itself, like, the eggs on one. And so when I go into a fridge and it's just like shit stacked on shit, I'm like, why do you fucking have all this shit?
Yeah.
Like you can't eat all this.
Yeah.
Like it pisses me off. Right.
We are a wasteful food. Like we waste a lot of food.
Yeah, we waste a lot of food.
Hold on, so yours isn't an OCD thing; it's a gluttony thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say organization, you don't care. You don't like a stock fridge even if everything's in its place. It's too much.
Way too much waste.
Hold on, let's figure out if he's an OCD guy too, because I feel like there's some OCD.
Yes, I am.
Okay, hold on.
I'll just go ahead.
If I was going to fill the dishwasher,
okay.
Do all the plates have like a direction they must go?
Yeah.
I mean, not a direction, but if you start,
the answer is yes.
If you start with a plate, if you start with the motherfucking plate,
yeah, okay,
then you're going to continue with plates.
There's a correct way to load a dishwasher.
There is, right? But I'm a weird school of thought guy. So
I mean,
check this
I'm
out.
not saying they all have to go to the left.
No. So here's my weird thing. So like I understand some people want it all to go in one direction.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you. Like plates should go with plates.
Yeah.
But in the middle, I flip them. I'm weird like that. Like I almost So like.
Is that because of the spin?
If the inside of the plate is coming to the center here, then I want the inside of the plate coming to the center here.
Okay.
Because I feel like it gets better articulation.
Yeah.
My wife thinks I've lost my mind, and it makes her furious.
She's not wrong.
I know, but there's people who have beliefs. Now, I honestly don't care if you turn them around every damn time, unless they touch. And now clearly no water's getting in between. So maybe I have a little OCD too.
You can't have a front to a front or a back to a back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you don't commit that sin,
right,
then I don't see the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
So I will actually shift them at the halfway point.
I do know that we have gone through our fridge and freezers not enough because I found condiments that are like 10 years old in the fridge door.
Yeah,
I'm like, we got to get rid of this shit. Like, what are we doing?
I went through and found some stuff the other day, and it was like pre-pandemic.
That's not that old.
No, expired.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-pandemic. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like, boy, we've been here long enough that we should have found that ranch. Like, we didn't leave the house for 3 years.
Like, see, Taylor, you live in a different world because it's just you and your wife. So it's not like 4 or 5 people in your house that you always have to have crazy amount of food to feed and then there's always other kids and stuff in my house. So like there's food
your
everywhere in my house.
Yeah, it's anarchy at your house though.
So here's what I would say right now though, right? Is my mother-in-law and my father-in-law right now live with us.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
That's always fun.
Right?
Oh, but
Objection! Hearsay!
So the reason why they live with us right now is because they're building a house like in our neighborhood, which is like perfect.
Even better.
oh,
Great.
that is a total that could be a topic.
Yeah.
Of
It could be.
conversation.
It could be,
man.
but
Oh, so good. They're just living with for a little while. It's not like
just
because they have somewhere that they're
Correct.
building.
it's
No,
gonna be
next
200
door.
you opened it up.
We just swung by.
just
We were in the
200
neighborhood.
Yeah.
So here's the
My
thing.
favorite
So
joke of
right
the day
now
right there.
we have 4 people living in our house.
Yeah.
And so I mean we have the house fridge, we have the garage fridge,
Yeah.
right?
As
First world problem.
any American does.
I mean, yeah.
I don't have a garage or a garage fridge.
So that's how
I do have
you
a
should.
beverage. I do have a beverage fridge.
the day. Okay, it's the same concept.
That's the same thing.
concept.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
day that I had a fridge that was just for other stuff, like overflow.
And we do have a deep freezer.
Yeah.
Okay, you are more American.
You're superseding.
But I'm saying, like, that is when you know you have arrived. You're
It
like,
is.
here's my fridge, which is a huge step up from the mass of the world.
Yeah.
I have a fridge. And then it's like, oh, this is my secondary fridge. What's that fridge for? Oh, drinks.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
The
what?
American dream is no longer a picket fence. It's a fucking fridge in your garage.
Yeah.
No, it's a second fridge.
Yeah, let's
when
be
you
clear.
get to 2 fridges, because one fridge, you're an American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 fridges? What's up, 1%?
What's up, 1%? Yeah, right.
I was at a buddy's house the other day. This dude had fridges on every floor, and then he had a fucking ice maker.
Ooh,
And I was like,
that's baller status.
Which kind of ice maker? Was it the Pebble one?
The pebble like chip.
no, I thought he was making like round ice cubes with the hole in the center.
Oh
Which is
yeah.
a pretty dope ice
That
cube.
was,
Yeah,
in and of
that was pretty
itself.
dope, yeah.
And I was like, you, my friend, are the most American man I know. Like I just immediately gave up. In fact, it was the same house where I saw the Sonos speakers where I came back and I said, how could I be better?
How can I be more like him?
So
Yeah.
I got the Sonos instead of the ice maker.
Yeah.
And now I'm in all this debt. I'm regretting everything. There's so much debt.
It's true. It's
Look at
true.
this horrible debt cloud hanging over me right now.
Yeah.
I just need to finish the debt spiral, get that Jeep. And then I really need to fix the glitch.
Weekly brunches will help cut down on that debt.
100%.
You know what I dislike about Troy?
No, we don't have enough time.
Troy has all these little zingers that on the surface are he's just digging at one little thing, right?
Just, yeah.
But the implication is so much more far and wide. And
Fucking
I'm
like
fully
the
aware.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, no. He goes, I'm going to scratch the brunch thing, but I know that when he's scratching brunch, he's like, look at all your bad lifestyle choices, you dumbass.
Brendan,
I know what you're doing, and I'm not mad at you. You're not wrong.
Brendan, like when they go out to eat, he and his wife and family, like their meal like would be like the fanciest, nicest, most expensive meal I've ever had, and it's on a regular basis. Like
Oh, it's
they
like
don't
Thursday.
cut corners. Like they I mean, first off, to go
See,
out to,
I told you he was scratching.
Oh,
he
I
goes,
did.
he goes brunch, and I go, that was not
to
about
go out
brunch.
to go out to dinner is ridiculous now, just for a family of 4. It's crazy. So like,
That's why I
if
have
you go
2.
somewhere nice, it's really expensive. That's
It's all nice.
That's the point about running the debt up that I was telling you the other day. Like
No,
it's that
I
kind
saw
of
you
stuff.
say brunch. I felt the scratch, but I knew what the wound you were talking about was.
It is.
I have a shit ton of issues, and it's all spiraled. I'm fully aware.
Because that's like I waste a ton of money eating lunch. Just eating lunch out every day, I spend like $15 to $20. Like
when
it's a huge
just
waste
me,
of money.
Here's the crazy
It's a
thing.
lot.
Yeah.
I literally don't eat lunch out. I like wrap up lunch.
Oh yeah, you eat here
and
every day.
I just eat it because by myself
Standing at the
I'm
fridge.
a pauper because
But you
I
meal
can't afford
like Taylor
I can't
meal
afford the
preps.
life.
So
Yeah.
Taylor and
Yeah.
Amanda meal prep. So they're always like they have their lunches already made. They're
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
Right.
See, I knew
100%.
I was scratching an OCD thing. There's so much there.
It's there.
Oh, you're
See, I had an office job where I packed the lunch every day, and now that when I go to the office, it like I'm like I got to get out of here.
You gotta
like
get out,
I got to
yeah.
go grab lunch somewhere because this is brutal being in this office.
And but there's value in that.
Yeah.
So I actually used to make my lunch and leave the office and sit in a park
Yeah,
because I enjoyed that
Yep.
just to be out of the damn office.
Yeah.
that's the problem too. Is a lot of people at my office they want to do lunch with me, and I'm like, I would rather go sit in my truck by myself.
All the time.
Yeah.
A
You
whole
keep
hour.
Brendan, I just want to say you keep like sucking down that drink. You want Taylor to make you another one?
I mean,
Is that the cider and bourbon one?
Oh man,
I mean,
that's
was that
like-
8 drinks?
it was.
Should we
Okay.
just? Is there an after show?
How about this? Troy hasn't seen his family in a week. Fair, Troy?
You gotta go.
Well, not quite a week.
I'm going to go ahead and close this thing down so that Troy can go home. And
There
then
we
if
go.
we choose to sit around here and have an after show, we could do so.
That sounds like a great idea.
But I don't feel like Troy needs to sit here and have this conversation with us.
Well, and then you can get real once the mics get turned off.
No, once you're gone. Because
There you
literally
go.
all I want to talk about is what a cunt you are. Nah,
For
you're
shizzle.
cool. You're cool.
Oh,
Could I name this episode for Shizzle and not get canceled?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I didn't say for Shizzle my nizzle. I said for Shizzle.
That's right.
That's just
Faux shizzle, Rizzle.
That's the same for sure.
that's just for sure.
Yeah.
See, he speaks Snoop.
I mean,
It was the nizzle
it was
that
in my
offended us,
undergrad.
which is crazy. Like
I don't know how it works.
Oh no!
I don't know how it works.
There's literally any word that starts with N and ends in izzle.
Yeah.
It could be that.
It could be that.
What about fucking nanoparticles? Oh, and then these nizzles. Yeah, nanoparticles. There's
You never know.
It's a lose-lose situation.
crazy world.
Lose.
Well, thanks for coming out, guys.
Dude, I love having you guys on.
Yeah.
Always.
Squeezing Lemons podcast is it's always fun to have you here at the beginning. But it's when you leave that really the ramifications.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
But-
Tomorrow you're gonna feel it.
Nah, but thank you guys so much for coming on. We certainly do appreciate it. And all the listeners out there, thank you so much for tuning in week after week. If you haven't had a chance to Cincinnati swap somebody, please do. Grab their phone, sign them up for the podcast. Sign them up for Squeezing Lemons. Sign
Yep.
them up for Inside the Pallet House. It's called a win-win.
Doesn't cost you
Super
anything.
Literally didn't cost you anything. It does us a favor. But if you'd rather just throw money at the problem, we have a Venmo, and you can always do so.
At Inside the Pout House of Venmo.
That's the one. I like that.
You can also rate and review us, which is nice, and do that for Squeezing Lemons as well.
Please do.
Because that bumps
Always.
you up in the Apple
it's super
world.
hard to do, Troy.
Oh, yeah. It takes weeks and days and has to be vetted
You have to
by...
figure out which star you're going to push.
It's
Yeah.
all 5.
Yes.
All 5. Just slide your finger all across all 5.
There you go. No, don't slide your finger because then wherever you let up, that's where it ends. I've done that
The 5
game.
stars is that's good, but the reviews really count.
I
And
think
we don't
so.
have
It's what you
nearly
say.
enough. We
It's
don't
what
have
you say.
nearly enough.
If you need to send us topics, you can do so at InsideThePalletHouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. You can always find us on Facebook. Facebook, just look up Inside the Pallet House Podcast. It's very simple. And on Twitter and Instagram, it's at ITPH Podcast. You guys got any handles?
Yeah, Squeezing Lemons _cocktails at Instagram.
Like and
That's the
follow.
one. Boom.
Squeezing Lemons _cocktails.
Hashtag Malort. Hey, we're going to slowly build up this
We
thing,
are.
man. We're gonna
That's
build up
right.
This thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?